Hello again. It's my hope that what I shared with you last week helped you a bit at the beginning of your unique Big D journey. Just to get started, here's another couple of bits of my writing to remind you and me where I got to. Big D reminders. With Big D nibbling away at my brain, there are a few things that before it's gone I'd like to say to anyone who's on the same path. I try to put these into practice myself, and it does help a lot of the time, but nothing in life is perfect, so it doesn't always work. The list is not long, but it can be hard to remember to try these things when life isn't going too well. Hopefully this memo will help. Be patient and kind with yourself and those who are with you. Look for the sun, real and metaphorical, and when you find it, bask in it for as long as you can. Cry without shame, but look for things to laugh about too. Spend time with living things, plants, animals, and most of all, people who make you smile. New life is invigorating. Whatever entertainment you choose, make the most of what makes you laugh and cry. It's good to let your emotions out. And never be embarrassed by your tears or those of others. I'm going to refer to what I have been calling Big D, Big A in this piece of writing, because I wrote it before I realised just how many people had different kinds of dementia. We are still here. I am still me, and you are still you. And now we've been joined by Big A. So now we are 3, and no longer 2, because Big A is here to stay. We'll do all we can to find ways to cope, to laugh much more than we weep, helping each other to hang on to hope and seek for those things that keep our smiles alive and our spirits high. On days that Big A's dirty tricks, we won't let them end in tears. We'll find something good to add to the mix, to overcome our fears. And remember, tomorrow is another day. Last week I started by saying that I consider myself to be very lucky despite having a Big D diagnosis. For a start, I'm not living in a war zone. Another piece of good fortune was my working life in teaching, where I had many opportunities to learn about and understand what makes people tick. I also trained as a stress counsellor and was taught how to use solution-focused thinking as a way of tackling life's challenges. For most of my life, I've been interested in what wise people have thought and have written. It all started with my older brother reading Winnie the Pooh to me and the poems of A.A. Milne when I was very young. Now, instead of having to wade through philosophy books to find what wise people have said, we can go to a garden centre and pick up little books of wisdom. You find them all over the place. I've got several of them. About a year before Big D moved in with me, I was sorting out a lot of paperwork and came across a notebook in which I'd collected many of these wise sayings that had resonated with me. I decided to draw a big tree with many branches and write the sayings on the branches. These are a few of them. The only constant is change. The only person I can change is myself. We believe we need comfort and luxury, but all we really need is something to get excited about. Don't count the days, make the days count. If you see someone without a smile, give them one. Not like that, a smile. It can be better to ask, what can I do for others, rather than what can others do for me? With my pictures completed, I got into the habit of starting every day by closing my eyes and making a random point at my tree. Whatever the saying that I pointed at, I tried to keep in mind for that day. These days I'm not so good at remembering past lunchtime, but it still keeps my focus on positive thinking. I've designed a vase and flower for you to try this for yourself. One of the vases has things that I've found useful written on it, but I encourage you to look for your own thoughts that resonate with you and fill in your own. Not every day is a good day, and sometimes the random shot of wisdom can change how I feel about it. This poem was written on a day when things weren't going so well for me. Whether or not we're travelling with Big D, there will be bad days. My bad days usually happen when I'm using technology, which I find increasingly difficult and frustrating. So I wrote Day's ditty. There are good days and bad days, happy and sad days, up days and down days, smiley and frown days. There are cloudy and sun days, hard work and fun days, inside and out days, quiet and shout days. There's laughter and tears days, hope-filled and fears days. Each day is a new day, a bright day or a blue day, but every day is this day, a not to be missed day, with time for a kiss day, or go and get pissed day. I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with inebriated. My overriding choices have been to stay as positive as I can. This has been rather tested when I had a minor stroke 3 months ago and I lost my speech. But I'm still here and my speech has mostly recovered. However, I think the stroke may have accelerated my big D a bit, and now finding I can't play the piano as I once could, which also happened to my dad, I've decided not to torment myself. So I've given my piano to a new home and now indulge in listening to my favourite music, even if that sometimes makes me cry, not because I'm feeling sorry for myself, just because I think my emotional breaks are disappearing. Remind yourself, tears are nature's way of releasing emotions. Bottling them up doesn't help. Tears are more therapeutic and have better consequences than anger. Men especially have to be reminded that there's no benefit from keeping tears in. All that does is deprives everyone of the emotional support we all need. We don't need to have a British stiff upper lip. It denies everyone the opportunity to give comfort to each other. The last poem is an attempt to capture how I feel about taking as much control over my life as I can since Big D became my permanent travel companion. I hope that these ideas might shine a bit of light into your life now that Big D has joined you too. There's lots you can still enjoy and even many opportunities to make things better for others too. Keep looking at the sun as much as you can. I have a choice, I have a voice. With Big A in my life, I can keep my spirits high or hide away and cry. I have a choice. I can bathe in self-pity or write a short ditty. It is my choice. I can strive to spread gladness or talk of my sadness. I do have a voice. I can sit and feel blue or find something to do. It is my choice. I can sing my thoughts high or give in and cry. I do have a voice. I can find something to play or hide right away. I do have a choice. I can stare at the shadows and not face the sun. Or while I still can, go out and have fun. I can look for the problems and find them for sure, or do some small thing to help find a cure. But whatever comes next, I'm determined to use both my voice and my choice.